Hello everyone, it's Leigh here. Welcome back to my channel. Now, if you've been following along, you would remember that I did dephemerember back in December, and that was hosted by Louisa and Barbara. And I just wanted to do a quick flip through of my book to show you how it all ended up. So this is the cover, and it's quite a chunky book now. Yeah, so if I take the girdle off her, she's a bit fat. So this was made from just sewing scraps of fabric all over another piece of fabric and attaching it to some other fabric on the inside, and there's a paper bag in the middle. So I'll just show you where we went from there. So it's not in order. So the first thing is what I did for day 25, which was leather and an ATC. So this is probably one of my least favourite things that I made. Everything went wrong with it. And there is videos for everything that's in this book. This young lady here is something I created a while ago, and I just used her to make a pocket, and she is actually holding my bookmark, and the bookmark was done on day 17, so it was rust and bookmark were the prompts. They are made from Yupo that I coloured with alcohol ink. That's another piece of Yupo inside cloth, so I wrapped this rust dyed cloth around it, stitched around the outside with yarn, knitting yarn, and yeah, so that was my peacock inspired. Peacock was my animal for that day, so peacock inspired bookmark. I've got a couple of days here. So this was day 1. So this was fluff and a mason jar, and hedgehog was my animal. So I just made a journaling card. Day 3 was bright coloured journaling cards, so I made this one, and I think the colours are pretty bright. So a bit brighter than what everybody else used, I think. This is day 10. So that's leaves and an envelope. Out of a brown envelope I made specimen windows, and I've put dried leaves in here. They are actually dried leaves. My animal for that day was dragonfly, so I really loved that one. That was one of my favourites. It becomes a pocket, and there's a journaling paper in there. It's got eyelets, and that's raffia down there. It's been stitched. That's just a pocket that was in the book before I started. This was one of my favourites, and it was day 24, which was coffee or tea, specimen card, and my animal was the kangaroo, which I couldn't fit into it anyway, but this is what I made. And I just experimented with a couple of different ways of making specimen cards. So this one with a cockroach in it, it is actually a real cockroach, is made from hot glue. So I put a puddle of hot glue onto some baking paper, and then put the cockroach into it, and then poured more glue over it and flattened it out. This one is made from laminating, so that's got a dried clover flower in there. And this one was done with packaging tape, so that's packaging tape and that's a die cut. Yeah, this is a combo, so it's day 7 and day 6 together. So day 6 was feathers and a bingo card, and my animal was an owl, so I made a belly band. I really love that one. And day 7 was handwritten memory and a loaded tag. It's my handwritten memory, and it's my tag. And I used the same papers in both of them so it would sit together nicely. My animal for that day was the snail, and I just put some little tags in there in a little notebook. So that goes in the belly band. Recycled art, a coin envelope, and my animal for that day was a rabbit. So that is actually a rabbit that I drew, and I just cut it out. This is a page out of a Gustav Klimt colouring in book, and I, with a craft knife, so that's another version of it, cut out all these bits, and that yellowy stuff there behind it is gel print. So it is a gel print, I should say. So I put that behind to colour her dress, and then I put the rabbit in behind there. That one. Nothing to talk about there or there. Well, this is the other one for day 3, so which was the bright coloured journaling card, so that goes with the one that I showed you a bit further back. Day 2 was splatters and a playing card, and my animal was monkey. The monkey is actually holding little Brad, which is the Ace of Hearts. It's a little playing card, Brad, and there's splatters on there for day 2. And where are we? Keep going. So this one was day 12, which was lace and a postcard. So I used a postcard from a pack that I bought at an antique fair. And my animal was a raccoon, so I made a lace curtain and made it look like the raccoon was outside the window in the snow. This one I really liked, so I made a snippet strip, sort of the affair, and then used Tim Holtz photo booth photos, and I cut one of them out. My animal for that day was Partridge, which you can hardly see in there, and I embossed him. And my metal was this copper wire that I wrapped around the photo. This is day 23, and it's paper doll and flower, and seahorse is my animal there, so I made a tuck spot here, and then there's a tuck spot underneath as well. So this is day 14. Pattern and matchbook is the prompt. I used bird as my animal of the day, and I've just stenciled with some paint all over my card stock and made the matchbook out of that, and just stapled together some pages to put in there, and that's held together with a little Velcro dot. This is day 5, and that's number or sentiment and ticket. So I made a little ticket folder. So this is another one that I liked. This is day 19. This is one that nobody seemed to really get on board with. So my animal was penguin, and the prompts were fabric and page tab. So I used the black and white of the penguin as my guide for this cloth pocket here, fabric pocket. So it goes right around, and I made page tab with feathers and a few other things, bits of some cottons, and my penguin sits on the edge there. And he was happy. This one was acetate and banner for day 13. My animal was turtle, so I kept this one pretty tame. It's just a page topper, and I've got a piece of acetate over the top of my turtles there, and a safety pin, and that just sits on top over the page like so. This is day 9. And the prompt was collage fodder and junk mail. So I made a little peekaboo pocket there. That's my dangle. So it was day 8. So beads and postage stamp dangle was the prompt, and bee or bumblebee was my animal for that day. So I used these stamps, faux stamps that I purchased from Arteo Mixed Media and Art, and I just made this really elaborate sort of dangle, lots of bits hanging off it, really nice, and I just really love it. This one is the jumbo journaling card, jumbo tag I should say. Handmade stamp is in the background there, can't really see too much of it. My animal was hamster. So this is day 16, and this one is packaging and index card booklet. So this is packaging off something I've bought, I can't remember what it is, and I made this barn door or gate, and in behind here, open it up, is Oh, they're the index cards there. A booklet that I made that just hangs over that belly band there. So that's been sewn together with a sewing machine and then glued onto a card. It's all coffee doughed paper, so it goes in there like that. And that is the book. There was one that I can't remember what it was. See, halfway through I forgot to write the numbers in there. I forgot this one, which was water and envelope insert, and that was day 22. So that's a pocket I made, and I used water on my inks to create the designs. So that is my journal, and I hope you enjoyed that flip through, and I would love it if you would leave me a comment. That'd be great, and a thumbs up would be even better, and I'll see you in another video soon. So I say cheers from Australia. Hooroo.